So that should be more or less like the theme or the topic. Ja, ja, danke. Und dann Lebensmittel und Verpackung und Gewichte. So hier lernen wir Adjektivdeklination nach indefinite article. So here we also have about when you have an adjective like we learned yesterday, große, alte, Bäume. So you have the gross, alt, but then if the object or if the noun has an indefinite article, which is ein, eine, oder ein, then how do you how is the ending of your adjective? Then so for example, in Essen, for example, yeah, that is Essen. Essen is das, but so if you have ein, wunder, so if you have the word wunderbar, that is an adjective. So is it wunderbare or wunderbares Essen? So we learn how to do that when we talk about Lebensmittel, Verpackung und Gewichte. Dann Tourismus hier, Adjective Deklination nach definitem Artikel. So here the definite article, how to decline or how your adjective ending should be when you have a definite article. Okay. And so here the definite article can either be in the nominative, can either be in the accusative, or can either be in the dative case. Okay. And then Sportarten, Konjunktiv 2, we have könnte, sollte. And we know the verb können, sollen, but here Konjunktiv 2 becomes könnte, sollte. Okay. So not sollen. Sollen is then temporale Präpositionen, oder temporale Präposition zwischen, temporale Adverbien, montags. Okay, we'll talk about all this. Zum Beispiel montags, gehe ich joggen. Okay, so every Monday I go jogging. Yeah, and then Krankheit, Unfall, that's basically the topic, but under that topic we learn about the Konditionen, weil, deshalb. Ich kann nicht im Unterricht, weil ich krank bin. Oder so. Okay. So you're giving a reason as to why you can't do something. Then, yeah, because deshalb is therefore Arbeitsleben, Adjective Deklination nach Nullartikel. So for the adjective declination, and that is basically adjective ending. How's the adjective ending going to look like? Without a noun, sorry, without an article, with an article, with a definite article, and when the noun has an indefinite article. It also depends, and this also depends on which case your sentence is in, the noun is in. So is it in the nominative, is it in the accusative, is it in the dative? And then in restaurant, condition das. Then so how to use das, and also how to write, how to form a sentence using these conjunctions. And then Gebrauchsgegenstände. So here we'll talk more about reflexive verb. So we'll talk in detail about the reflexive verbs. I know we had mentioned about them yesterday, last evening, but then we'll talk about them in detail here. Then also noch Lebensmittelkondition wenn. Yeah, so we're just going to concentrate more in detail and in depth on this and focus on this. And then Lerntips, Connection Arts, and then Post. So here we have the passive presence. Das Päckchen wird gepackt. Okay. Das Päckchen wird gepackt. Or so the car was packed, or the little package has been packed. Okay, so we don't know who has packed it. So we are not interested in who has packed it, who has made the packing of the package. So we just want to know the information that yes, it has been packed. Then median, when you talk about the median, under that topic, we have Verben mit Dativ und Akkusativ, Stellung der Objekte. Dann im Hotel, hier indirekte Fragen, ob, wie lange, so ob here is also part of, it's also a conjunction, okay, ob means whether, dann lokale Präpositionen gegenüber, an, vorbei, durch. Okay, so we have different types of prepositions. We have locale prepositionen, we have temporale prepositionen. Yeah, we will all mention this as we go along and get to know the difference between these types of prepositions. Reise und Verkehr. We talk more about the locale prepositionen, zum Beispiel am Meer, ans Meer. What's the difference? So what's the difference between am Meer and what's the difference between ans Meer? Okay. Meer is the same. Okay. So why at what point do you say am, and at what point do you say ans? Then when we talk about Wetter, Verben mit Präpositionen, sich interessieren für. Okay. Dann Fragen, Präpositionaladverbien, worauf. Dann Veranstaltungen, lokale Präpositionen, woher, vom, aus dem. Okay, we will talk about this. Dann Presse und Bücher, Präteritum, Modalverben, dürfte, konnte. So here's just taking the verbs that you already know, like können, that's present. Konnte with an umlaut, okay, that's conjunctive. Zwei, konnte without an umlaut, that is preteritum. Okay. Then, so here you also need to know your correct pronunciation of the of words. We'll work on this as we go along. And then Frageartikel verbs. We had mentioned this, I think, yesterday or the day before. And so here we have a demonstrative preposition, pronomen. Sorry, to be right. Demonstrative pronomen. These, there, these. When it uses there, when it uses das, when it uses die. Okay, so it should be dieser, dieses, diese. Okay, so then we'll talk more in depth on that. So Internet oder Online-Anmeldung, Konditionen bis oder seitdem. Und dann Schule und Ausbildung, Relativpronomen und Relativsatz im Nominativ und Akkusativ. Und dann Mobilität, Reise, Ausland, Präteritum kam, sagte. We'll still talk more about preteritum and under that. Yeah, and then so what's here on the right? It's just basically either it's a magazine, it's an article that we'll focus on. So zum Beispiel letzte Magazin Mein Familienstammbaum. Okay, meine Familienstammbaum. Dann hier wir haben you have a less person. Okay. So you need to be able to talk about, yeah, in those days, in the early days, or like normally people like to say, yeah, the 90s were at least the 90s were better, you know, or at least I don't know, 80s was better. We had a working transport system. We had this, and this. Yeah. And then we're having here, oh, the familiar man. Okay. So we'll try and focus on everything. So that's basically what we are going to cover in A2. I will send this to Carol just after the lesson, and she can share it with you tomorrow. Okay, and then we are going to go through. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we are going to go through typical how to go about how the exam looks like, okay, and what areas you need to focus on, and basically what you're supposed to prepare for, and what is asked of you. Okay. The detail. Should I voice? So, okay. Okay, so they got it at my exam pattern. So they got a German at my exam details. Basically, you have the 4 modules, just similar to A1. And we have the Hören, which is 30 minutes, and it has 4 Teilen. Teil 1 has 5 questions, Teil 2 5 questions, Teil 3 also, Teil 4 also. And the points that you need, the maximum points for Hören is 20, which accounts for 25% of your exam. And then we have, after that, we have lesson, which also will take 30 minutes, 20 points, which accounts for 25% of your total marks. And lesson also has 4 Teilen, and each tile has 5 questions. Okay. Okay. Is my volume better now?
It's okay.
Okay, vielen Dank. Okay. Yeah, because my volume is at 92%. Yeah. So, yeah, so if it's okay, then yeah, then we can continue. So then here we are having after lesson, we have Schreiben. Okay. And here Schreiben has 2 Teilen. Teil 1 ist ein SMS. Okay. Teil 2 is a letter. And the letter can either, in most cases, it's going to be an official letter. So same 30 minutes, same points, 20, 25%. Okay, it accounts for 25%. Then Sprechen, the last one, has so the style 1 that is different questions. So you're given a card. You're given like 4 cards each. So you have 2 people. So each person is given four cards. The other person is given 4 cards. All are different. So your cards are different from mine. And you're supposed to ask me a question based on the cards that you have. So that is basically framing questions. And then the next is yeah, not sure. Yeah, but so the next is talking just 3 tiles. So the next tile 2 is talking about a subject. So you're given a topic. For example, like was magst du mit ihrem Geld? So einkaufen, reisen, sparen. So you're supposed to talk about this. And then tile 3 for expression, you're supposed to have a conversation. Okay. So here's basically where you're supposed to have a conversation. Just listen to what the other person is saying. For example, like you may have with each other, look at how your calendars are, and then get a free time and choose the most appropriate time which is available, so that you can be able to meet. Okay, so here, yeah, so basically that's it. So if you're hearing, that is the audio will be played twice. Okay, the audios will be played twice. So you have enough time to understand the question and then select your answer. Okay. Then tile 2. Okay. So so tile 2 will be a conversation between 2 people. Okay, and it's only played once. Okay, it will only be played once. So tile 1 played twice. Tile 2 it's only played once. And what you're supposed to do is there'll be like photos of what the photographic presentation of the conversation, and then you're supposed to fill in here. So like Montag, Dienstag, Mittwoch, Donnerstag, Freitag, Samstag. So what are they doing on Monday, or what is someone doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? So usually, whenever it's marked 0, that's an example. It's been done for you. Okay. Yeah, and then so here das ist so wie mein Tag. Okay. Yeah, so tile 3 will also be played once. Okay. Tile 3 will also be played once. And here it's presented in a pictorial form. The choices, was hat das Mädchen gestern Abend gegessen? Yeah, so don't worry, this will be photos or pictures that you're familiar with, unlike A1, which, yeah, sometimes you're given some things which really you've never come across them, especially these Klimaanlage things. Yeah, so that's basically it. So tile 1 repeated twice, tile 2, tile 3, you only listen to it once. And then you have part 2. You listen to only one audio, so that's an interview, but it will be played twice. Okay. Yeah. Then so this is just a PDF example of how the exam looks like. So it's not the real exam example. And here, so when it comes to the reading lesson, again, there are 4 parts. So tile 1, that's medium-sized text. So you complete statements. Part 2 is shopping center info board, which is basically like an advertisement. like these adverts which appear in the Daily Nation or our local newspapers. Yeah. And then part dry, that is reading an email, and then answering the multiple choice questions. Yeah, so times here one text is given. Here one text is given to read, and there will be 5 incomplete statements with 3 options. So you have to find out which option completes a statement correctly, corresponding to the text. Okay, so here, so you read the text, okay, and then after reading that text, there'll be questions based on the text. Okay, yeah, and then so types by. So in this part, you get information board of one shopping mall, where you can see on which floor what things are available. You'll get 5 requirements here. For example, you want to drink coffee in that mall, there'll be 3 options: even A, first floor, B, ground floor, C, 5th floor. So you have to choose the correct option. So you have to read the information board and find out where you can get coffee to drink. So Beispiel oder Nummer 0, wie immer ist ein Beispiel. Okay. So here we have the information board. Okay. This is a sample of the information board. So Fertigstock, Bücher, Geschenke, Spielsachen, Freizeitsachen, Koffer, Brieftaschen und Geldbeutel, Kaffee, Friseur, Studio, Kunden, WC, Telefon, dritter Stock, zweiter Stock. So the question would be, Sie lesen die Informationstafel in einem Kaufhaus, dann wählen Sie die richtige Lösung A, B oder C. So Sie suchen ein Sofa. That's basically the example here. So for what we have is, we have vierter Stock, dritter Stock, zweiter Stock, Herrenmode, Nachtwäsche für ihn, Unterwäsche für ihn, Möbel für Wohnzimmer, Bad und Küche, Teppiche, Lampen. So since you're looking for a sofa, here it's Möbel, yeah, Möbel für Wohnzimmer. That's basically the way you get it. The sofa and it's in zweiten Stock. Okay, so that's basically what type 2 is all about in the lesson. And then type 3, which has 5 points. Here you get an email to read, and there will be 5 incomplete statements with options A, B, and C. So similar to Teil 1, you'll find out which option completes the statement correctly according to the email. Yeah, so here you have the email, and then the statements. So you need to choose which. So du kannst sagt über ihr Leben in Hamburg, das. So depending on which sentence completes the sentence correctly, that's what you choose. Okay, then here you get 5 requirements from 5 different people in the statement form, and there will be 6 website screenshots. So you have to read the information given in the 6 screenshots. So here, for example, 16, Sarah heiratet bald und möchte mit vielen Gästen in einem Lokal feiern. Okay, so here, so which website does that correspond to? Which website screenshot is giving that information? Is it A, B, or that C, or that D? Okay, these are just screenshots. Yeah. So that's basically how type here is. and then yeah, schreiben. So part 1 is write an SMS, part 2 Teil 2 is email writing, letter oder email writing. So Teil 1, you have to write an SMS to your friend, colleague, or someone from your family. Exact situation will be given in the question. So here's where you need to be careful also. You need to concentrate. The others are just multiple choices. Everything else from the Hören and lesson, these have just been multiple choices. It just needs you to understand what is happening, what is required. It's basically testing, do you understand the written German? Do you understand, and can you get information from a written text? But now from here, schreiben, you need to understand what is written and what is required of you and communicate that, okay? And communicate that with someone else. So that is what schreiben und sprechen are concentrating on. Are you able to get information from someone else, whether spoken or whether written, and then transfer that information, communicate it to someone else? So hören und lesen, that is, are you able to understand what someone else is communicating to you? So that's a difference. Okay. Yeah. Dann hier unser Teil 1. Sie sind unterwegs in der Stadt und schreiben eine SMS an ihre Freundin, Katharine. So you'll be given 3 points that you need to concentrate on, or to write on. So entschuldigen Sie sich, dass Sie zu spät kommen. Schreiben Sie warum. Nennen Sie einen neuen Ort und eine neue Website für das Treffen. Okay, so you have to understand what is required of you. And then you write about 20 to 30 words. I mean, an SMS is normally not a long text. And then you have to write on the 3 points. Just follow each and every one of them. So once you finish with excusing yourself that you'll be late, you have to write why are you going to be late, and then can you suggest a new meeting point and a new time to meet. So you have to understand what is being asked of you and then communicate that in written and in correct grammar. And the most, so here, the maximum word limit will be 30. Okay, so you can either use, but 20 to 30 words. Okay, so 25, that's okay. So you have to use proper grammar and proper A2 grammar. Okay, not A1 grammar. So A2 grammar. Yeah, and so that is type 2, that is email writing. So you have to write like around 6 to 7 lines. That's around 40 words. And here you get one topic to write a letter or an email. Mostly it will be a formal one. Okay, so you have to remember formal, how to address someone formally, use the Z, use the ihnen. You actually don't conjugate your verb because the verb will stay the same as in the infinitive. And then, so hier ein Beispiel, Ihr Chef, Herr Lehmann, hat bald Geburtstag. Er hat Ihnen eine Einladung zu seiner Feier geschickt. Schreiben Sie Herrn Lehmann eine E-Mail. Okay. So, first is bedanken Sie an Herr Lehmann. That's the comment. So, the first point also similar to the SMS. Thank Mr. Lehmann for the invitation and tell him that you're coming. And then inform him that you're coming along with someone else, and then asking for directions. So here, schreiben Sie 30 zu 40 Wörter. Okay, and then expression. Here you have 15 minutes, 25 points. Usually most people concentrate on this part, but it's only 15 minutes. I know it's the most stressful, but the others are also as most important, especially the hearing. Yeah, the hearing is the most important lesson because the hearing once we hear it, for the ones which is twice, which is played twice, yeah, that's okay. If you miss the first time, you can get it a second time. But for the ones that play only once, if you miss it, you've missed it. Then you have to make a guess of what the conversation was all about. And if you miss, if your guesses are wrong, then you've missed 5 points already. Okay, so we also learn to know how to listen, and to be able to know what the conversation is all about. So even if you don't understand much of what they're talking about, but you have to get an idea of what the conversation is all about. So here, so the points are minimum 15 points in speaking module to pass the exam. So yeah, like I mentioned already, so 3 parts: question and answer, 5 points; talking about yourself on given topic, 10 points; perform a conversation, that's 10 points. So here, question and answer, you have four cards. One can be something else. So you have to ask your speaking partner a question on that, and then also get to ask you. And then typed by, that's where you're given, yeah, like the topic I was telling about, was machen Sie mit Ihrem Geld, Leidung, Lebensmittel, Miete, Sparen, Reisen. So you're talking about yourself. Yeah, what do you do with your money? And then tie dry, yeah, here you have a calendar. The candidate B also has a calendar. So, and you need to meet. So you don't know each other's calendar. So then you're supposed to talk about it and find a specific meeting time. Yeah, and that's basically it. How the exam looks like. It's not so hard. It's quite easy. So don't think that it's something that's difficult, and it's pretty much quite simple. You just need to have a strategy on how you are going to approach it, on how you are going to approach the exam. I have a model stats with a model proofing, which we'll be going through. So of course not today. Yeah, Hatiem and Frage, and I went through that quite fast. Yeah. So Hatiem and Frage.
Ich habe da eine Frage.
Ja, bitte.
For A2 exam, how can we manage the time when we are going to tackle this paper? Like when we are going to do the exam? Because I found the listening part, the level part, I've got so many passages. So how, let's say you are a slow learner or a slow reader, how can you tackle the level part? Manage the time?
How to tackle the lesson part. So how to tackle the lesson part that I mean, it's quite texty, which requires you to to read a lot of text here and there. Yeah. Yeah, if you know that, if you think that you're a slow reader, yeah, then yeah, when you'll be learning these different strategies of how to tackle different parts of the exams, then you can get a strategy that fits you best. Because I may just talk about a strategy that fits me, or that fits like someone who within 20 seconds, within 10 seconds, he's read like 4 sentences, while someone else, 10 seconds, they're still on the first line. Yeah, so with time, we'll be able to get to know how each and every one of us gets to basically the style of reading, and whether they are slow or whether they are fast or whether they're somewhere in the middle, so that, because you're also fighting against time in the reading, in the lesson part. Yeah, so as we go along, we'll be able to identify our strengths, our weaknesses, and then just help each other to know yeah, how to go about this. And we'll be doing lots and lots of practices so that you also get to know what best fits you. Yeah, but usually one thing I would say is that, just whenever you read a text, yeah, just go with a pencil and then highlight, just underline what you think, what you feel is important in that text. So if it's mobile, then just underline the mobile, because it's important. You feel that it's important. So, and words like und, aber, those are really like irrelevant words in lesson, because they don't give much weight to the sentence, to the meaning of the sentence, as much as the verb or the noun or the nouns. So the first thing is to look at the verbs, look at the nouns, and then basically underline those. Yeah. Because then that will give you an idea of what they're talking about. Okay, yeah. Any other question? Is that helpful, Felix Rabon?
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, then, okay, Peter. Okay, dann können wir uns weitermachen. Okay, so need to share screen. Okay, just give me a minute. Check on something. Okay, so I'll share with us and if it's possible that all of us take a screenshot of that. Okay, just take a screenshot. Just need to make a correction here. Yes, sorry about the chat which was on the screen. So have you all taken a screenshot of that, Karen?
Not yet, but I was
Not yet?
requesting for I was requesting for the document which was showing us, which shows
The-
the guide for the exam.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely share that. Okay, so
Let me just.
okay. So if you've taken a screenshot, please raise your hand. Okay. Okay, okay. Grace, Felix, Rabungo. Okay, because I need to share another document for this. So yeah, vielen Dank. So the reason why I'm asking you to take a screenshot of this is to read through it. Okay. This is basically the first part of the it can either form part of the lesson. Okay, can form part of the lesson, can be part of the hearing. So the most important thing is for you to understand what's happening in this text. Okay, so I'll ask you not to use a dictionary. Okay, but as we've just spoken, underline the most important words. Underline some of the most important words that you think just on the first reading. So yeah, just assume that, okay, this is an exam situation, this is the text that I have, and then I need to answer questions based on this. So what's the most important thing that I need to know? I need to know what the text is talking about. And I need to underline the nouns, the verbs. So that's it. And then we'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, so I hope all of us have taken a screenshot of that. Yeah, if not, then the ones who've taken a screenshot, you can share with others who haven't. Okay, so we're going to talk about okay. So we are going to watch just a short video clip. Yeah, we're just going to watch a short video clip, and then I'll ask you questions on this. This is just to also help us practice our listening skills. Okay, practice our listening skills, because it's the same speed which the conversation is happening. That's going to be that's going to be an exam. So it's not going to be slower, it's not going to be faster, it's just going to be the same speed, because it's the native German speaking in a specific situation. Okay. So a moment. Okay, das funktioniert. Okay. Okay, just give me, before I share the video, just give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, yeah, still waiting for something to be sorted out. Then I share the video clip with you. Okay, anyway, let's just continue to save on time. Okay, yeah, okay. So.
Wie viel kostet diese Perlenkette da drüben?
Das macht 3.000 Euro.
Das ist zu teuer. Okay, ich nehme die erste.
Klar, bitteschön.
Wo soll...
Okay, sorry. What I wanted us to listen to is starting now. Okay, so it's this is the first dialogue, and then the second dialogue will follow after. So I'll play it once. There's no there's no text on the screen, and after that, and before it's played twice, if it's played this before it's played the second time with the text on the screen, I'll ask us which words we had, okay, and what you think the dialogue is all about. Okay, we ready? Okay. Los.
Den neuen Drucker hinstellen?
Ich denke, wir sollten ihn dort hinstellen, wo unser alter Drucker jetzt ist.
Aber der alte funktioniert doch noch. Wir werden ihn weiter benutzen.
Okay, also können wir nicht den neuen dahin stellen.
Das ist schade. Es wäre nett, den neuen im Regal neben der Tür zu haben. Aber dort ist nur Platz für einen Drucker.
Okay, ich denke, wir sollten ihn auf die andere Seite des Raumes tun.
Genau. Wie wäre es neben dem Fenster?
Das klingt gut.
Okay, so so what do you think the conversation is all about? Willie Munene, what do you think the conversation is all about?
I didn't get it. Maybe you could play it again one more time, please.
Okay, Karen Tuma, what do you think the conversation was all about?
Okay, I would educate it. I think I had issues with the internet at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, James Mwangi.
I didn't get it well.
Okay, but what do you think the conversation was talking? What were they talking about?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay also. Felix Rabongo.
I think they were talking about having like a machine, a printing machine, and they were asking where they can put it. Maybe close to the window or something like that. That's what I had.
Okay, danke. Lucy Wawera.
they were the two people having a conversation. It was like in an office. A machine was not functioning. It was functioning not functioning net. There was the regal, which is the like a shelf. Then there was the fenster. There was the fenster, which is the window. So it was a conversation between, I think they have brought a new machine, and there was one which was not functioning.
Okay, danke. What is Tuka?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think the conversation was about? What did you, what did you get?
I think they were talking about one machine which is not functioning well.
Okay.
That's what I actually get from that.
Grace?
Honestly, I've not understood the conversation.
Okay.
But I had some words there.
Okay, which words did you hear?
I don't know, Stenke,
Okay.
Tun, Noi, Fenster, Gehen.
Okay. So, okay, vielen Dank. Okay, Lucy Waweru, who's just joined us. I think she was in before. So Lucy Waweru, okay, since she was not there when you played the video, then let me play it one more time. Okay. So here's a classical case of assuming that this was one of the Hören, I think Teil 2, where you only get one chance to listen to a conversation. Yeah, so what would you have done if this was a real exams situation? You only get one chance to listen. So even for the ones which are played twice, try as much as possible to get what the conversation is all about on the first time the conversation is played. Okay, let me play it again. And then yeah.
Weiter benutzen. Da drüben.
Das macht 3.000 Euro.
Yes, so this is part of the conversation that we're talking about. It's a previous conversation.
Das ist zu teuer. Okay, ich nehme die erste.
Klar, bitteschön.
Okay, so here comes our conversation. Okay, so let's pay attention. Yeah, are we all ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, los geht's.
Wo sollen wir den neuen Drucker hinstellen?
Ich denke, wir sollten ihn dort hinstellen, wo unser alter Drucker jetzt ist.
Aber der alte funktioniert doch noch. Wir werden ihn weiter benutzen.
Okay, also können wir nicht den neuen da hinstellen.
Das ist schade. Es wäre nett, den neuen im Regal neben der Tür zu haben. Aber dort ist nur Platz für einen Drucker.
Okay, ich denke, wir sollten ihn auf die andere Seite des Raumes tun.
Genau. Wie wäre es neben dem Fenster?
Das klingt gut.
Okay.
Wo?
So, yeah. Okay, so Willie Munene, is it much clearer now?
Yeah.
Have you understood something?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are they talking about?
They're talking about where to place something.
Okay.
I didn't quite get what was being talked about.
Okay.
One suggests that you can put it there.
Okay, thank you. It's about placing something somewhere. Okay, good. Okay, Karen Tumwa.
I think that the thinking about about a window. I guess maybe the conversation, a window is involved somewhere. Maybe they're trying to place something, maybe in the they're discussing whether to place it next to the window or something like that.
Okay, but the conversation is where to place something.
Yes, and the window is involved.
Okay, the window is involved. Okay, thank you. James Mwangi.
I would say the same. They were talking about placing the printer near the window. Then the lady said, "Okay, it's good."
Okay, thank you. I'll skip Felix Rabongo. I'll skip Lucy Wawera.
It's Novice Martin. One is talking about placing it on the door, near the door. Then the other one suggested they place it on near the window. Then the lady said it was in order.
Okay, vielen Dank. Maurice Tuka, you want to change your answer or make or better it?
Yeah, I think we was talking about almost the same, the placing maybe one of the machines somewhere, and actually the window was mentioned.
Okay.
The window was mentioned. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The window mentioned.
Okay, vielen Dank, Grace.
Oh, they were talking about a new machine and where they should keep it. Then they mentioned the window. I had the word Duncan, so I don't know.
Duncan.
But
okay.
I didn't hear the other words around that name, so
Okay, so okay, thanks. At least now on the second hearing, or the second attempt, we know, all of us know that, okay, so the first time we listened to it only once, Felix Rabongo got it correct. For the rest of us, the second time of hearing, that's why I skipped Felix Rabongo on the second time round. So the second time round, all of us had that it was placing something somewhere. The conversation was about placing something somewhere. And we had different words, but one word which was consistent was the window, das Fenster. Yes, but so the conversation, so this is the most important thing that you need during your Hochprüfung. Okay, during your Hochprüfung, understand this, the main topic, understand what the topic is all about. Initially, what the conversation is all about will always come in the first two sentences. So that's the most important thing. So whether you're going to listen to the conversation 2 times or once, just understand what the topic is all about, what the conversation is all about. So here it's about placing something somewhere. So assuming that you're only listening to this once, okay, then you know that the conversation was about placing something somewhere. So all the questions that are going, all the 5 questions that are going to be under this, under the topic, are going to revolve around that. Where is it supposed to be placed? You know, all these questions. And then it's a new machine, it's a new printer. So it's a new printer which they need to place somewhere, which needs to be placed somewhere. So they're looking for a place to place it. They're looking for somewhere in the office to place it. And the lady suggests near the bookshelf. But then the man says, but there's only one place for one printer. and the old one is still working, and they still need to use it. So that's when the lady suggests, okay, then you take it to the other side of the room, and that's where the dispenser comes in. Yeah, that's basically what the conversation is all about. So let's listen to it again with the words, with the text written, and then we move on from there. Okay, so here den neuen Drucker hinstellen. Okay, wo sollen wir den neuen Drucker hinstellen? Drucker is printer. Okay, der Drucker. So der Drucker is printer. So wo sollen wir den neuen Drucker hinstellen? Wo sollen wir is, that's where should we? Okay, where should we? And here we have hinstellen, that is to place it somewhere within. Okay, the verb here is stellen, but hinstellen just means a specific place. Okay. Okay, so where should we put the new printer? This means the hinstellen. Hin here means just a specific place. Okay. Then
Wo sollen wir den neuen Drucker hinstellen?
Ich denke, wir sollten ihn dorthin.
so, ich denke, wir sollten ihn dorthin stellen. So, ihn refers to the printer. So instead of the lady saying, ich denke, wir sollten den Drucker dorthin stellen, she just says, yeah, I think we should place it there, okay? So that's why she's using in, and here in is accusative. So remember the first sentence was also in accusative, so she has to use an accusative sentence.
Stellen, wo unser alter Drucker
Okay,
jetzt
so
ist.
she sollte wir stellen in wo unser alter Drucker jetzt ist. So hier alter Drucker is the old printer, okay, where the old printer is now. So here, alter just comes from the word alt, and in this place, it's coming as an adjective. Previously, in the previous sentences, they've also been different adjectives. Den neuen, okay, den neuen Drucker, yeah, that's also an adjective.